live and direct from the new planet Earth. Where pandemics are plenty, but the girls are still pretty in fashionable dresses. You know what I'm talking about. Where ignorance is bliss. You ain't gotta give a damn about no code.
Tell me who unleashed our animal instinct. Why the op standing there tickle pink? Have a drink, walking them up liquor. Shot of poison, one thicker. Somebody got some explaining to do. And the classic man is a danger to you. And me too, tatted on my forehead. Go home, go to bed. Yeah, I dread something wicked just like come. When the family unit is overrun, when the structure is undone by some new concoction. Now I walk softly and carry a big stick. Original gorilla in the midst.
Welcome back to another edition of the Franchise Podcast. I'm Joe Arrigo. With me is my brother TQ.
Yep. We back in the building. Another beautiful week. It's April. March Madness is over. It's still freezing in Las Vegas for some ungodly reason.
Only for another week, but then it's supposed to hit 68 next Thursday.
Oh, man,
all
come on.
80s and then 68 next Thursday. But we're not here to talk about weather.
Crazy.
We're here to talk about what's crazy was the tournament.
Yes, on both sides.
Yes.
On both sides. The tournament was absolutely awesome. I love all the parity. I love what the transfer portal has done for college sports, period. And the men's tournament, man, I think it was my favorite ever.
Ever.
And I didn't even have a dog in the fight. Well, UCLA lost earlier than I thought they would, which wasn't that cool. North Carolina didn't even make it, which allowed me to just enjoy the tournament from a different perspective. It was flat out entertainment every night. It was great. I miss it already.
My bracket busted after day 2. I wanted Marquette to win it. You know, I thought something different. I like Shaka Smart and, didn't happen.
I think them brackets is over, man.
Yeah.
It's over, regardless. The brackets is done. Everybody's bracket is going to be done first, second day going forward. This is going to continue to happen, I think.
I love it.
Yeah, I do too.
But what I love this weekend, Angel Reese leading LSU to the women's title.
Did that.
Baller.
Did that in ballerific fashion, too. Too bad we couldn't focus on the game, and we had to start dealing with trash talk, which goes with basketball-like shoes.
Yeah.
How in the world can we make trash talk between two competitors as much as we made it for the past couple of days? I don't understand that.
I think people lose context. People love to make issues out of nothing. I come to that conclusion.
Correct.
People would love to sit there and talk, well, first of all, it goes back a couple days earlier. I think she took offense to what Caitlin Clark, who is a baller in her own right, what she did to Louisville and South Carolina as well, said, basically told us, I ain't worried about you shooting. Play 15 feet off of her.
Bro, I just watched for half of a basketball season the whole NBA do that to the Lakers when Russ had the ball.
Good point.
Right or wrong?
Good point.
Why is it such a big deal when Caitlin Clark does it, first and foremost? Then, why is it such a big deal for Angel Reese not to like Caitlin Clark doing that and exacting some revenge on her? What's the problem with this?
Well, I think it goes to a couple things. One, when you have people saying that Caitlin Clark is the greatest female basketball player ever.
What?
Oh, yes. Yes.
Who said that?
People.
Who said that?
The GOAT, the greatest ever.
So I wore the right hat for a reason then.
So the first thing, I tweeted out, I said, besides the first 2 or 3.
Come on, man.
The list is in any order. You got Cheryl Miller.
Man, listen.
Lisa Leslie.
SC.
Diana Taurasi.
Come on, man. It's a lot of them.
Girl.
Sue Bird. It's a lot of them, man.
Well, you also had Brittany Griner.
Yeah, it's been
Cynthia Cooper.
It's been a great many, man.
I mean,
we got this girl. She's coming back next year, right?
Yes.
Come on, man. Greatest ever.
That's what I'm saying. There's a long way to go, so don't get caught up in the hype.
Stop. Please. It's been rough, though, to watch, man. It's been, I know that we live in this just hyper-politicized, hyper-racial, whatever society that we live in right now. But I just hate when it bleeds into sports.
Yeah.
We not watching CNN and Fox right now. We watching basketball. And
Watching women's basketball, which 9.9 million people turned in to see.
Yes.
On the day that was the second day of WrestleMania,
Man,
which
listen,
everybody was watching too.
The best part about this, I saw a post from Joy Taylor, and she was speaking on every time there's a women's triumph in any sport whatsoever. Remember when the Aces won the championship and all the trolls that came on to our coverage about the Aces, like, oh, women play basketball, oh, nobody cares, nobody watches that, blah, blah, blah. Joy said yesterday, obviously somebody's watching women's sports for this to be such a storm as it's been for the last couple of days, and so many men, so many pundits, talking heads, including us, sitting here commenting on it. So if I gotta take anything good out of this, it's the fact that we're talking about women's sports. And we were entertained by their tournament, and we have been entertained by women's sports for a long time. I don't understand why the bonehead attitudes don't want to respect that and want to celebrate that, but for whatever reason, man,
look,
that's the way it is.
I found a new appreciation for women's basketball with Kobe's daughter, Gigi, before she passed, watching her mixtapes and the highlights and whatever, like, it was just different. And then being able to cover the Aces and to see they're entertaining, they're fun to watch. Like, the WNBA has got some balls. And now that you got the New York Liberty with their squad and the Aces with their squad, you got an East Coast,
Super
West Coast
teams.
thing going on. I love it, right? I love it.
Yeah, it's work, man.
And then for this tournament, you see women that literally could take 99% of the bonehead alpha male guys, take them on a court and hoop them up right
Badly.
now.
Dog them.
And like, dude, look, I didn't say
Dog
Caitlin
'em.
Clarkson's the greatest basketball player ever for a female, and I stand by that. But growing up, she had to play with boys.
Yeah.
And she got to the point where she was so good, parents were complaining that she played with boys.
Yeah, exactly.
What's she gonna do to you and your mouth talking all that trash? She gonna dog you. So, I mean, I love the fact that it was well watched. I don't have a problem with trash talking, and I'm gonna tell you why. You have players that played sports. You have players that played sports at a high level, and they talk trash. And then you have people that participated in sports that participated to get a trophy, and they're the ones offended by this. Like, the bottom line is, you look at Jordan, Gary Payton, you can go down the list. But
Larry Bird.
No, I'll say the best ever to talk head, arguably, is Larry Bird.
We've heard it from too many people who played with him. He's the greatest trash talker ever. Nobody has a problem with that. Why? Because he's one of the greatest players ever. And just like, what did Conor McGregor say when he won a championship? I'm apologizing to absolutely no one.
I love that.
I'm the champ.
Yeah.
I do what I want to do today.
Yeah.
So at a time when that's the pinnacle of what those women have been striving for since they were children. When you get to the top of the mountain, if you got the team by 20, 30, but imagine we on a field in a championship game and we got the other squad by 15, 20, 30 points in the fourth quarter.
I'm talking no matter what during the game.
Period.
I'm over the top at the end if I know we're winning.
Disrespectful.
All day.
It's part of the game. You can say it's bad sportsmanship. I could care less about the opinions, because the bottom line is, if you're on this side and you can see the amount of work, the amount of dedication, the amount of trauma. That's when I started gaining a whole new respect for women's sports a couple of years ago when AU was out here.
Yeah.
I did a project with NBA TV, and the girls just had the young ladies just had a round table just about their experience being female athletes around the world. And I'm like, it was so much stuff that the majority of people who watch sports, you never would think that this kind of stuff is going. You never would think about the amount of obstacles and the amount of things in front of them that men don't have to deal with. And the fact that you can go out and still perform that great under that amount of pressure. I mean, come on, man. Serena Williams won a chip pregnant.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? None of us can pull that off.
Should that have been a doubles title?
Yeah, there you go.
No, but the thing is, too, is I think, too, a lot of people, when the whole hand gesture and ring me, which we've seen Aaron Donald do, we've seen other athletes do, it wasn't a problem then. But when you see it, it overshadowed the victory, which it shouldn't have. Because, you know, Iowa did their thing, but LSU was just dog walking people. I mean,
balled them up.
They played their tails off, and, you know, congratulations to the entire LSU women's basketball team.
Good job.
Job well done, well earned, well deserved.
Good job.
And a lot of those girls, a lot of the women are coming back.
Hey man,
so this could be.
Yeah, man. Next year in college, but I think this started some real entertainment for us for next year.
I mean, but look, we grew up in an era, though, truthfully, that we had Pat Summitt in the Tennessee Vols.
Yeah.
You had Gina Auriemma and UConn.
Yeah.
Like, those were the two big teams. And there was Rutgers, had a really good team for a long time.
Yeah.
You know, Baylor, obviously, with Coach when she won her titles down there. There were a lot of teams that were, you know, and tennis, and truth be told, UConn women's basketball carries UConn sports for the most part.
Yeah. Good point.
And Tennessee women's basketball, when Tennessee football wasn't doing great, was carrying the Tennessee athletic department.
Real talk.
So, I mean, you have to give respect because that's important. And to see LSU go out there and do it and to have individual performances like we've seen in the tournament.
Yeah, man, it was good.
Hats off. WNBA is a bright future as well.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think this year could be the coming out party.
Agreed.
Honestly, when it comes down to it, like, not like I don't want to, you know, I'm not throwing dirt on any of the pioneers that have, you know, built the league to what it is so far, but just the things that happened over this off season, man, could really make for. And then this tournament with these ladies,
budding rivalries,
it's helped it.
You know what? I wish I would have seen this, and this is how I know I'm maturing, because me in my 20s would never say this. Like, honestly.
Are we gonna get banned?
No.
Okay, all right, cool.
I really wish that the WNBA was around when Cheryl Miller, before she got hurt, was in her prime. When Lisa Leslie was in her prime and not coming back on the back end of her career. Cynthia Cooper, Cheryl Swoops. Like,
you feel like they played later than they would have.
Yeah, like, or the WNBA was so new it didn't appreciate the talent that the women. Like, Cheryl Miller scored 100 in a high school game.
Yeah, she did.
So did Lisa Leslie. Like, it's like, hey, like 100 points.
Yeah, she's a beast, man.
Man, Riverside King.
Morningside. She went to Morningside, didn't she?
No, they're Riverside. They're IE. Her and Reggie are IE
okay,
people.
all right.
Yeah.
All right, I thought she went to Morningside.
Nah. IE, stand up. But, you know, we talked about UConn women's basketball. Let's talk about men's. On Monday night, they played San Diego State, which was a surprise to get to the NCAA finals.
Very much so.
And as much as some people want to see San Diego State win, not just you, but other people, because they thought it'd be good for the Mountain West and for, you know, the mid-majors.
Yeah.
UConn beat the brakes off of them.
Look, man, I don't get to see much college basketball up close and personal, right? I watch my games when I can. Normally, it's in the middle of our season for other sports, so when it's on, we're constantly working, right? But we saw UNLV all year, and I looked at San Diego State, and I felt like they would be a matchup because of size. Until I saw them standing up next to you. And it was like, okay. Now I watched one of the Huskies games in the tournament, and it just didn't, I still felt that way until I saw them standing next to San Diego State. And then when the game started, I'm kind of like, oh, so what I thought the strength was going to be is actually another weakness. So it's just, they couldn't do nothing with that level of talent, man. And you know, sometimes you be down on the Mountain West, I feel.
Me?
Yes, you.
No.
Yeah. Between all the conversation, Mountain West. This time, you were right, my friend.
Hell's getting cold this week, too. Oh, What?
I'm saying, man, just the level of competition in some of these other leagues, I think it's just over the head of most of the teams in the Mountain West. Man, that goes for football and basketball.
Yeah, I mean,
it is what it is.
We pull back the curtain a little bit. Like we had a meeting, so we were at Circa, for everything, and being able to kind of check out the game and the sites there, in between everything. And Circa's, if you haven't gone to Circa yet, you need to go. That is the place to watch a game in Vegas.
Place to watch a game.
Shout out to Derek Stevens, the owner of Circa. And the environment there was cool. But again, watching it on the big screen and to see, like you said, the size difference, and that's what made me think of the Mountain West, because it's like they look big for the Mountain West,
right?
But against Power 5, like they're not that big.
But still, hats off to them, man, to get that far in the tournament,
yes.
Man, like that. That's saying a lot. That's saying a lot. Like, this team is going to go down for that school. And I know so many people that went there. And just the reactions. And I'm not talking about basketball. I don't know basketball players that went there.
I know a
but
couple.
Football players and other students, man, just to see their reaction online, that they were even there. Like, they was crying and having fits already. You know what I'm saying? It's just the fact that they had made it. But, I mean, if you look at it, man, come on, it's San Diego State. They on national TV in the biggest possible game, probably the biggest game they've ever been in. Do they have a bigger moment than that in their sports history?
No, and this is something that I hope, and I'm gonna flip it to UNLV. This is something UNLV needs to do.
What?
Use this to say, not as oh man, we can't compete with San Diego State. No, you want to play against the best? Well, a team in our league just played for a national title. Oh, okay. You need to come play here to play against those types of teams. Like, they have to flip that and lose the negative attitude that they have to something positive, like do a 180. And something Che Jones and I were talking about yesterday. You know, they have to flip that attitude. And by the way, Che has a great article that came out last Thursday on Franchise Sports Media about how
article.
San Diego State's success can really help Kevin Kruger and UNLV. Make sure you go check that out.
Yeah, check out the original version from Che Jones. I'm not going to go any further into that part. Next.
but the fact of the matter is, San Diego State, hell of a run.
Yeah.
Congratulations to UConn. And you know what? Like, I have a deep-seated dislike for the Hurley family. It goes back to Bobby Hurley playing at Duke.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing was wrong with Bobby Hurley, man, was that he played at Duke. Like, at the end of the day, he was a hell of a ball.
No, for real. And I say that because watching him and my favorite college player at the time, Kenny Anderson, go at it, that was knockdown drag. Kenny got him out of, like, more times than not. But
for sure.
There's a mutual respect there. But
Hurley was a beast, man. He was.
But it's that team with Christian Laettner and
hated him.
Yeah. See?
Hated him.
Well, you know what I don't hate right now?
What's that?
The Lakers and the way they're playing, baby.
Man, listen, we can't get off of them.
No.
We cannot get off of them because they're going to be a problem in these playoffs. I'm going to tell you something. You know what gives me nightmares? And I think it's trauma and shell shock at this point.
Anytime Anthony Davis falls?
He don't even have to fall. He can stumble. And it's like, I just saw what was that? What game was that? Was it the last game? Game before last? And I swear I just saw the season just go up in flames all over again. It's like I feel like we're playing great basketball and we're playing on glass 50 feet in the air.
Nah, you know what? See, I used to feel that way. And I still do hold my breath, especially when he went down on last Friday holding his ankle. I got a text from Brutta and he goes, "Street clothes." That's all it said with the crying emoji. And I'm like, no. He got up. Credit Schroeder and the way that he played, because he like really keyed that turnaround, that 10-point swing.
Yeah.
And which ironically started when he went down.
Yes.
They didn't call a timeout. They scored, came down, got a steal, scored again, and with the and one.
Yep.
Then they took him out.
Right.
And it was like, oh, that was a good swing. But he came back, and I think Anthony Davis understands his role and what his legacy would be if he would have had to sat out or not come back from that. He hears what you're saying. He hears what Laker Nation and what every basketball fan or person that follows basketball says about him, that if you blow on him the wrong way, he's brittle and he's a tin man and he's going to miss time. He knows that. he also knows that right now he's playing the best basketball in the NBA. He's the most dominant player right now in the NBA.
Yeah.
And this is what could propel the Lakers to number 18, which is number 2 for him and puts him in a completely different category. Puts him in that Pau Gasol type category.
I mean, I see a hunger from him. I saw it in the bubble, but you had to be hungry in the bubble. Mm-hmm. Like, what else are you gonna do? In this situation, when you got all the distractions of regular life, it's a hunger in him that I haven't seen just yet in his career. And I think he's turned that corner to say, all right, I can be one of these GOATs.
Yeah.
I'm in a position to go down. I've sat here, I've watched since I've been here. I've seen 3 jerseys go up in the Raptors. I know there's probably gonna be another one on my team that's going up in them Raptors. I need to go up there after that.
Yeah.
And it feels like that mature switch that says, okay, I got a couple of years here to dominate. I'm in my prime. I'm gonna go out here and dominate.
Yeah.
LeBron is deferring. He understands that what I was brought here for was, when I came in here, it was him here, me here, and the whole point was for this to do this. Mm-hmm. And this is now happening. We won 1 championship. It's time to win another one. And I think that they are looking at the rest of the league like, let us in there, please.
Well, they're getting in regardless.
They ain't scared of nobody.
But here's the thing. I think coming out of the bubble, going to that season, there was I partied too much and I wasn't in the best shape of my life, Anthony Davis. So that switch was happening. And then, if you remember, in the last season, was 21-22, he was playing real well, and then he got hurt and never healed. Mm-hmm. So we seen this then, and now we see it again, and this is, again, a different AD. And I even think LeBron is deferring a little more to D'Angelo Russell as well.
I mean, if he's smart, he will. If he's smart, he's going to take 2B.
Yeah.
In that offense.
Yeah.
If he's smart, because that preserves him. It keeps him playing longer. A LeBron that dips in his production by 10% every year gives us another great player for another 3 years. You get what I'm saying?
For real.
It gives us a great player that fits in our system, that adds to the locker room, adds to the floor, adds to the scoreboard for another 3 years. And that is unheard of from a basketball player. And that's why he's still the glue. It doesn't matter it doesn't matter that AD is playing at the level that he's playing. It doesn't matter the moves that Rob made. The point is 23 is the glue. 23 makes everybody else better. And that's the difference between him and most of the other people that are mentioned as possible GOATs.
Well, there's also a guy playing outstanding ball right now named Austin Reeves.
Yes, indeed.
That dude, and it's a contract year for him.
Yeah.
So the Lakers are going to have to pay him something.
Yeah, and they better.
They better.
I think they will.
You know, like I know everybody loves Caruso and what Caruso did in his role. Reeves is better than Caruso.
Yes.
He can do more, give you the same type of reps defensively.
Yes.
But being able to knock down the 3 and being able to draw fouls and get to the line.
Yes.
He's really mastered that. I love that about him. And again, Beasley. Now you got Beasley coming off the bench. Now you got your shooter.
Yeah.
Vanderbilt's coming off the bench. Now you got your hustle guy off the bench.
Beasley got to get out of his head, though, man. He got to let it go.
But you know what? I think
doesn't look like he's having fun to me.
Now you know what I think it is. I think just like with Rui, Hoochie Mama.
You don't stop with this man's last name, bro. What's gonna happen is we're gonna see the man somewhere. He's gonna punch you, and I can't do nothing about it. Just got to be, hey, man.
Hey, you know what that means?
What?
We're paid. We're paid.
Stop it.
You ain't nothing but Hoochie Mama. I'm gonna say that. That's him.
Stop it, man. Stop it.
But nah, with Rui Hachimura, you know, I think with him, I like to see him get more time because I feel like when he's on the court, the Lakers play a lot better versus when he's not, and when Ham doesn't play him. But this is the thing. I know a lot of fans, and just going through Lakers message boards and seeing it. There's a lot of fans that I'm friends with that they complain about Ham as a head coach. Doesn't make adjustments, or why is this rotation like this or like that.
It's called research, man.
He's trying things out.
It's called
before
research.
The playoffs.
Chill out, everybody. Chill out. You don't want him to be researching things when the playoffs start. It's a new team. The team started over when they made the switches, right?
Yeah.
Don't you say that?
Yeah.
So let the man work out his sets. Let the man work out who's going to play what against who. Darvin Ham has been in basketball for his whole life. He's smart. He also understands his players. His players love him. Trust the man for a little while. You literally took a all-time 75 player, right? Wasn't Russ in the 75?
I think he was, yeah.
I think so. Well, either way, he's going to the Hall of Fame, all right? Two-time MVP, Russ, or one?
One, I believe.
MVP player. Take him off the team, bring in a whole new system of guys, totally different things that they bring to the table. You got to switch some things up. And that's what he's doing. And they need time. They haven't had a lot of time. Let them, if they lose some more games, they do some stuff.
No, there's no losing more games.
What do you mean there's no losing more games?
No, you're not. Like, look, you know
what
what?
do you mean there's no losing more games?
Who
told you that?
Utah twice, you got Phoenix to end it, and you got the Clippers.
Listen, man, if I don't care about the regular season. I care about being in the playoffs. I care about the
regular season because I think you seeding.
No,
you got to care about this. I want the seed. I want better seeding.
I don't care about no seeding, man.
Get to the fifth seed.
I care that Darvin Ham can look down the road and see the teams that he's going to play and know how to build this team for those particular games. Yeah, that's what he needs to use the end of this season for, because there are people coming down the road. How am I going to play this team with my squad? I have a squad that literally can compete with every single playoff team in the league. The way that we lose is going to be off me not having them ready.
So what I love about Ham, and to your point with that, accountability.
That's it.
When he messes up, he's like, hey guys, this one's on me. I should have done this. And the players see that and they respond to that because now they're like, you know what, I needed to do this. And I think that goes back to AD, like, hey man, coach is taking up for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I got to go out there for coach and my guys because like we got each other's back.
I mean, I feel like you got some real high basketball IQ on the team.
Oh yeah.
All right, you got a basketball genius in LeBron, and Ham would be stupid not to have these conversations with LeBron, especially during the time when he was injured. Yeah. Look, man, this is what I'm going to try to do because down the road we're going to see X, Y, Z, and maybe LMNOP works better against that. So let's try this now because we got time to try it now. Do y'all care about a play-in? Do y'all care about seeding? What do you care about? Do you want to win a championship? Do you see your roster? Do you see the rosters you're going to play against? We don't care about seeding. We got to win 4 games against these people. They better be ready for us. So let's figure out how we can best make this run beyond just getting past the first round, beyond getting past let's get to the finals.
I think the Lakers are the best team in the West. And I know you don't like talking about it, you don't like hearing it. We've been saying it, though, for a few weeks. Now national media gets on it. Whatever. That's par for the course.
Boy.
I will say the team that I think gives them the biggest matchup problem isn't in the West. And you say that. But the Milwaukee Bucks match up real well against the Lakers. I would love for that to be the finals.
Listen.
That would be a dream finals for me.
Let me say this. On behalf of Franchise Sports Media.
Here he goes.
Who is a West Coast company.
But we just talked about Louisiana.
Listen, we don't have to talk about Wisconsin on every show, okay? We don't have to talk about Wisconsin. Everybody know, if everybody didn't know, Joe was born in Wisconsin on a cheese farm. Okay?
What the hell?
And this is him, right? He loves it. Everybody loves where they from. We understand. I don't know why I've been to Wisconsin. I haven't been to a cheese farm. I had cheese from Wisconsin.
I don't even know. I've never been on a farm.
But listen,
what are you
man,
talking about?
This is his thing. He always want to boost up Wisconsin. So maybe we should just start with like the Wisconsin. What's the On Wisconsin song? How about that? You want to start our show off with that? Because you keep injecting Green Bay, Milwaukee, and all of this green in here. There is no, our colors are red, white, and black. Why are we always talking about?
I'm just saying about the finals because I think that's the one team in the NBA that matches up well against the Lakers.
You would.
I don't think it's Boston.
You would say that. It's got to be Boston.
It's not Boston.
We want Boston.
Just because we like to beat them.
Why wouldn't we want Boston for this particular championship? What is wrong with you?
I didn't
Are
say...
you crazy? See, that's the IE part of you. When you start going a little bit to the east, things start getting swayed in Los Angeles. When you travel too far out of Los Angeles County, things start changing a little bit. See, if you go head towards the west and you go to Carson and Compton, Inglewood, South Central, Watts, we want the Celtics. Why wouldn't you want the Celtics?
I didn't say I didn't. Well, I just said matches up best. My dream, because it's where I'm from versus where I'm from.
Man.
Boston is like, I want to see him beat Boston.
Got to get
and that'll be good for LeBron's legacy.
Versus Boston. We're tied with them for chips. We need to win this chip against them. What are you talking about? Are you crazy?
I think someone's scared of Milwaukee.
You're out of your mind. Not scared of anyone.
He's
As
scared
far
of
as these
Milwaukee.
Lakers go, I was scared of everyone before the trade deadline. Since the trade deadline, I ain't been scared of nothing but ankle injuries, broken toes, feet, old man disease, hip problems. That's the only thing that can stop the Lakers as far as I'm concerned.
Do you know what I'm gonna miss? I'm being serious when I say this.
What?
I'm gonna miss when we go down to Snapdragon Stadium in July and watch Manchester United play Wrexham.
Yeah.
NBA season will be over at that point. I'm gonna miss seeing the Laker flags on the freeway. Ain't nothing like hoochies and sundresses in the middle of June and Lakers flags on the freeway when they're playing for a title.
I mean, man.
Tell me I'm lying.
You're not. You're not. And it's like we've been robbed. That last championship celebrated at the crib. We all locked down, can't have no parades, nothing. The Dodgers win, we can't have a parade. We've been robbed, man.
Twice.
Robbed. So we need the Lakers to go ahead and do this year. We need USC to go ahead and do this. And let's get back at it, man. Let's get back at it, Los Angeles. It's time for us to get our championships and our championship parties. So what should happen is, if the Lakers win this championship, should have 2 parades. Right? Don't y'all think?
I'm with that.
Come back, do it again the following week.
Good way to get out of work, get out of school.
Look at that.
Go to summer school or college or whatever.
We old. Laker fans are old.
Might as well. Let's do it.
Let's do it, man.
You know what? Last week, we were at the XFL game and watched the Vipers take on the Brahmas.
Yeah.
And during the week, there was a trade. Starting quarterback, one of them, Luis Perez, was traded to Arlington.
I was so happy.
And you were so happy.
I was so happy.
I was like, oh. And everybody thought that new Brett Hundley was going to, be the guy coming in.
Right.
And then shortly after the trade, the Vipers put out a little tweet, and it said QB1. And it wasn't Brett Hundley.
No.
Jalen McClendon.
Man.
And he came in there after not starting for like 2 years. He was at Baylor, played in 2020, hadn't started a game. Dude came in.
Slinging that thing.
Man, that pill was being pushed all over the place.
Can you explain this to me?
Go ahead. I'm going to try.
I mean, I'm trying, what, he's been on the team the whole while, right?
Yeah.
So why is this just now happening? What was the decision? So let me ask you this. What did they get back in the trade?
Another linebacker, guy was a linebacker that wasn't playing for them at all.
Okay. All right, so what happened here? Do you know?
I don't. I just think that it was maybe Rob Woodson read our recaps and the features. You got to settle on a quarterback. That would help.
But I'm saying if the man's in the building the whole while, I don't see how he didn't beat them out.
Maybe it came down to age, and they had a little more experience. I mean, they had more experience starting in college. They had more experience. At least Brett did. At least starting 9 games in the NFL.
I mean, listen, I haven't.
And it maybe he's more acclimated with the playbook than Brett right now. And Brett still has the little injury he had a couple weeks ago. I think still kind of lingering. So they played
a better man. Listen, I'm down there with the
quarterback right now.
Down there with the camera, man. You can hear what's going on when you got the camera on the sideline. And it's like this kid had a whole lot more poise in the pocket, a whole lot more poise in the huddle. Seemed like he commanded the offense better, and it seemed like the rest of the players responded to him a lot better.
To your point with that, there was a point that was on TV where Woodson Ray Sherman, the offensive coordinator, was talking with him and Hundley, and they were talking about the plays. Like, nah, man, this is this. Nah, man, he's telling Hundley this. So I don't think Hundley knows the playbook like that. Where McClendon, all he did was study playbook.
Okay.
So he came in there. But what I liked about him, look, threw on time, threw in rhythm, was accurate, has a cannon for an arm, and he can move with his feet.
Yes, he can.
He had 8 rushes, 25 yards, but the threat of him running was...
He can also read a defense.
Yeah, that too.
Which went a long way. That was impressive to me. That impressed me up and down the field the whole game. So again, man, I mean, you know, if that guy has been in the clubhouse this whole time, you mean to tell me we couldn't have won a couple of them early games with this guy as the quarterback?
Don't know. You know that you know, if you were born with a different set, you'd be my sister and not my brother. Hey, you know what I mean? So you can't look back. I will say that I want to thank the Vipers and the Fellowship of Christian Athletes for the tickets that they provided that we gave. We literally gave out all the tickets, and we thought there was something wrong.
Yeah.
So we were like, hey, like the link, there's something wrong here with the promo code. They gave us another one, and a couple of days later, they were all gone.
Yeah, man.
So the city of Las Vegas, our home, thank you for showing out and coming out to the Vipers game, making it a success.
Yeah, man, and look, if you came out and you had a good time, because I know you did, because y'all was loud, y'all was partying, and it was a win, man, go tell somebody. Go tell somebody how good of a time you had at Cashman Field watching the Vegas Vipers. And that was the last game of the year, man, so let's pack this place out next year. This is not no one-and-done league. The XFL is going to be here for a while. Hopefully it's here to stay. But part of that is in our hands, man. Y'all know how this city shows up for its sports.
Especially winners.
Absolutely. So let's get out there and let's get behind them, just like we do the Golden Knights and the Raiders and the Aces and everybody else, because just a good time, man. It's a damn good time. Like, it's close, it's personal, and being a photographer in that setting, it's just cool, man. It's like that bridge between, it's not as loose as high school football, but not as stuffy as college. Nowhere close to as stuffy as the NFL. And it's just a cool outing, man. Don't cost that much.
Nah, in fact, they're taking I think it's $25 or $50 for season tickets, like to put a down payment. And season tickets are a couple $100.
Come on, man.
Like,
come on, let's do it. Let's pack the place out next year.
So, and they will be here. They had a 2-year deal with Cashman, so we'll be playing at Cashman next year. After that, we'll see where they end up. Hopefully, we'll get that news. Staying on football real quick. This Saturday, 1 o'clock, Allegiant Stadium. UNLV has their spring game. It's the first time we see Barry Odom and his band of Rebels come to play, and you kind of see what we have going on for UNLV. And, you know, what I'm most interested in is seeing the go-go offense led by Brendan Marion, who's one of the best offensive minds in college football.
Yeah.
Coach Marion's a really good dude. Love him to death. But this offense you're going to like. You remember Cousin Pat and Steve over at West Virginia?
Absolutely. Same
type of offense. That he basically Rich Rod's offense, get guys in space with a little bit of option football in there. So, it's called the go-go offense. We seen it when he was at Howard, when they came here and beat UNLV a few years ago. He was offensive coordinator for Howard.
Didn't know that.
So you'll have that, and I know players are excited about the game. And
are they? Yeah. That's what I want to know. I want to, it was a big turnover between Tony and Marcus, and we were just concerned about how the team who we had grown to love under Tony felt about the new regime coming in. So what's the pulse right now? It's early on, but
from the players that I spoke to, it's a good family environment. They feel like Coach Marion and Coach Odom and Coach Shear, the head coach and coordinators, do a really good job of promoting a family environment. They like the atmosphere with the coaches. They feel like there's a genuine love and caring with the staff.
How you feel about their schemes?
How do they feel about the schemes?
Yeah.
If you look at Doug's social media, Doug could a cowboy hat over, because Coach Marion wears a cowboy hat.
Yeah.
But I think the offense is going to be a little more free flowing, and I think it's going to be like one read and go. There's not a lot of check with me's, changing at the line and something. This is what it is. This is what you're looking for, and get after it. I think defensively, what you've seen with Arkansas a little bit last year, you something similar. You know, aggressive, get to the quarterback, hit the quarterback hard.
We got the players for it.
I think they're on the right path. You know, like, I'll say this. I was talking to somebody the other night, Sunday night. We were going over the roster, and there's some guys on there that they didn't make any announcements for.
Some mystery mix.
Some mystery men on UNLV. So if you can go out, if you guys have time on Saturday, 1 o'clock, Allegiant Stadium, it's free. And then afterwards, there's a meet and greet. You can meet the coaches, meet the players, go on the field.
Oh, yeah.
Shake hands, take
Nice.
pictures. We'll be there. We're going to introduce our newest member of the team, Mia Green.
Yeah.
Mia is going to be there, and you can see her on camera. Her and I will be moving around, talking to players and coaches and stuff. It's going to be fun, and
Yeah, man.
I'm looking forward to what we got to see. That's good to see some Rebel football.
Back at it. Football in Allegiant Stadium again. Yeah, I'll be on the sideline with my camera. If you see me, come up and ask for a shot. I got you.
Speaking of that, shooting shots, right?
No, here you go.
Nah, I ain't gonna get into it this week.
Here you
We'll
go
talk
now.
about it next time.
Stop, bro. Good Lord.
Well, that's it for this week's show. We had a ball hanging out with you. Don't forget to follow us on all social media at TheFranchiseLV. Subscribe to the YouTube channel at the Franchise Social Media. It's a little bit different than the other ones.
Yeah, the YouTube channel is, no, it's the same, at TheFranchiseLV. The Facebook page is a little
That's
different.
the one that's right, yeah.
That's
Brain fart.
at TheFranchiseLV Sports. Everything else is at TheFranchiseLV. Follow us on Twitter. Follow us on Instagram. Watch our YouTube page. Watch this show. Actually, go to the playlist on YouTube and watch the past shows.
Yeah.
Because, some good stuff we done talked about over the past seasons and more to come.
You know what? And I want to plug the main event. Next week on the main event, they have a special guest, their first guest on the show.
Yeah.
That's going to be talking about the Tank versus Ryan
Boxing, baby.
Garcia fight.
Boxing.
You don't want to miss that.
Yeah.
So make sure you guys check out the main event. That comes out every Thursday on Franchise Sports Media.
Yes. Follow us for all of your ongoing Laker coverage as they head to the 18th championship that will happen in June of this year. Book it.
Against the Bucks.
Let's go. Play the music.
See you next week.
Live and direct from the new planet Earth. Where pandemics are plenty. But the girls are still pretty in fashionable dresses. You know what I'm talking about. Where ignorance is bliss. You ain't gotta give a damn